Welcome back. I am Dr. Harlal. I'm here with Dr. Brooks, and we are on Chapter 7 in the Institution of Patriotism. And in Chapter 7, Dr. Brooks has been so creative to cover 7 points of patriotism in Chapter 7. And there are 7 different areas that he will discuss regarding patriotism. This is not an exhaustive or all-inclusive list. However, these areas are among the most valuable topics that need to be considered when dealing with patriotism. And the first one is pride.
Well, we started with that one because that's the beast slayer.
Yeah. It comes right before the fall.
The fall. That's the big elephant in the room. Nobody wants to talk about it.
Mm-hmm.
Pride is the high or inordinate opinion of one's own dignity or their merit or their importance or their value or their superiority or whatever they deem as cherished among themselves in their minds. I am the greatest man in the world in my mind.
Wow. Yes.
You see, pride takes on its own adage. It says, I don't need anyone or anything. I am all that and a bag of chips. That's a colloquialism meaning I've arrived. We talked about being arrived. I am somebody and I'm somebody to be reckoned with. Pride says I'm better than I really think I am or know I am. I know that I'm not as good, but
Yes.
I think I'm better than that. I deserve more. I deserve the best. When in fact you don't deserve anything because you haven't done anything.
Wow.
But pride tells you that you are. And it keeps you hostage. That's the word, thank you. It keeps you hostage to the thoughts of who you aren't, but you think you are, in order that you won't achieve what you know you should achieve or walk in the purpose that you were designed for. Now that's a mouthful. But that's what pride's job is. And as I looked at it, pride is very good at doing her job, because in all the world, in all 193 countries, there's a large faction in each and every country, every single one, where pride has taken over and that their citizens are not doing all that they can do, all that they need to do, because they're told, I'm doing all right. I'm doing okay, even whether you're below the poverty line, above the poverty line, or this is all I'm going to get done because the government's not going to help me. That's pride. How can that be pride? Because you're not doing what you're supposed to do. You're not walking your purpose. You have a specific DNA that was created by the creator of the world to say you're special. And you're not walking in that because you're prideful. You're prideful saying the government, the leader, the dictator is not doing. No, you're not doing. And pride is keeping you from achieving, even when you're not doing something. So you must stand up and stand out or fall. You must stand up, you must stand out or fall.
The next point you talk about here is liberty. And you have a definition for it.
Okay.
Defined as freedom from control, interference, obligation, restriction, hampering conditions, etc. Power or right of doing, thinking, speaking, according to choice. Wow.
You see, liberty is the presence to make the choice based on a set of values that will benefit you and those around you. Liberty gives me the freedom to accept or decline that which is presented to me. Liberty says, I have this opportunity. Do you want it? And you can say, yes. What is required? No. What am I losing? You see, We want the right of life, liberty. In the previous chapter, we talked about life and liberty in the pursuit of happiness or joy.
Yes.
We want the liberty to say, I mean something, I'm valuable. But do we really want to? Well, why do you ask that? Do we really want to? Because accepting the liberty that we're given means I'm going to be held accountable. And I know that you are a person of accountability. But Dr. Brooks, how can you know that? I've failed at everything in my life that I've tried. Because you're still here. You're still standing. And there are going to be proposals given to you after listening to these tapes, after reading the book. Because when you expose yourself to the lies, or get the lies exposed, and you let the truth be revealed, success, opportunity, and liberty will chase you down. Not the other way around. Where you're chasing it, it will chase you down because you are now prepared to accept the truth. Once it's revealed, you can't unsee what you've seen. When the scales are taken off your eyes and you're no longer blind by the lies that are perpetrated by those in power and authority over you, you will begin to operate in your purpose. You will begin to see what you need to do. You will begin to walk in a new paradigm, a new life. You will begin to operate where you need to be. You will become patriotic. And that's what patriotism is all about. It's a lifestyle. You've heard me say that over and over and over again. Again, I'm going to repeat it enough times where you can say it if I wake you up in the middle of the night. What is patriotism? It's a lifestyle. It's not a word. It's not a precept. It's not a concept. Yes, it's all of those things, but it's a lifestyle. It's something that you live each and every day, and it will change as you grow, as you reveal yourself, as you reveal new truths to you. New paradigms. Your patriotism will grow. That's what I mean. It will change. It will grow. My patriotism today is not the same as when I was in high school or college or started my career or worked alongside the government or the military. It is well expanded beyond that, but it's still patriotism nonetheless.
Yes.
So it's not a box. It's not a one size fits all. It's not a one size fits all.
Wow.
It is as individual as your DNA.
And the third of the 7 points in chapter 7 it is a rollover from liberty into freedom. Freedom defined as exemption from external control, interference, regulation, etc. Where freedom exists, there is an abundance of ideas that will benefit your society.
We talked about that with the entrepreneurial spirit.
Yes.
If the government does what its prime objective is, protect and serve, allow entrepreneurs the freedom
Yes.
to develop new paradigms. Just imagine where we will grow as a society. Just imagine where we'll be. It's limitless. Well, how is that possible? I have the freedom to develop the narrative about patriotism. It's never been done before. I am the creator of it. It is my handiwork. Not the government. It didn't have to go to committee. Didn't have to be vetted. It didn't have to have deliberations over it. And it didn't have a budget on it.
Okay.
I was free to do as I chose, as my purpose deliberated, and as my research founded it. For it has to be founded on principles. It has to be founded on actualities. It's just not my thoughts.
Wow.
These are concrete principles that will work just like the law of gravity. The law of gravity says, if I take this pin and I let it go, it will fall. Every single time. Every single time. That's the law of gravity. The laws of liberty, the laws of freedom will work every single time if put into action.
And over here you talk about There's no longer restrictions on you to think and to act on what you think about.
We have become a society where we want to be led as sheep to the slaughter. When the former decades ago, we got our news from the newspaper. Everyone would read. Then radio came along,
Yes,
and
sir.
we'd get our news and sports and other valuable information from the radio. And then TV came along, and that's where it started to denigrate. What happened? We stopped reading for ourselves, we stopped investigating for ourselves, and we started to listen to the narratives of the commentators on the TV. And then the internet happened, and everybody, blogs and webinars and interest groups, and now everybody's an expert on everything.
Yes, sir.
And none of them are collaborating
Yes.
on the same thing. And so, who do we believe? I
Yes.
heard one paragraph, one paraphrase says, "It must be true because I saw it on the internet." well, not so much.
Yes.
Just because it's on the internet, it still needs to be true. That's not saying the internet's not a valuable resource and a piece of information, but you are responsible for that. And as you practice your freedom, as you integrate yourself into your freedom, you must vet it. You must still hold yourself accountable and not use the excuse of it's somebody's fault or that's what I was
Yes.
told. Learn it for yourself. In other words, get to the knowledge, get to the step 4. I know that I know. Not that I know that somebody told me,
Yes.
but I know that I know.
Wow. Now we're going on to step 4, which is hope.